Hi everyone, I'm making this video to talk about our experience at Club Med Sandpiper Bay. If you're watching this video, that means that you've either already booked your trip or you're thinking about it, and I cannot encourage you enough to do it. It is so much fun. This was one of my favorite trips that I've ever been on. So in this video, I will go through what we took advantage of on the resort and then some of the pros and cons. We did go to Club Med Sandpiper Bay in June of 2020, so this was just after COVID-19 had hit. So I just wanted to talk about how that was kind of different and what they did to make us feel comfortable and safe. So I haven't been to a Club Med prior to COVID, so I can't really tell you how it's different from their typical experience, but from what we did here, it was quite a bit different. There was no like live events and that kind of thing, which apparently is a big thing that they do. But since we didn't even know about it, it didn't really feel like we were missing out very much. When you arrive, they do take your temperature and they sanitize. There are sanitation stations everywhere that you can use both for your hands and then to wipe off things that you're sitting on, such as beach chairs and that kind of thing. And then you also are required to wear a mask, whether you're inside or if you are within 6 feet of somebody. So we really didn't have to wear them outside very much. And then the last thing is they do for dinner and for breakfast and lunch and all your meals. It used to be a buffet, which we never knew, like I said, because we've never been to Club Med before, but now they do plated food. So you still do get to walk around and pick and choose what you want, but instead of scooping it yourself, it's already plated. This is a great trip, whether you're a couple, if you're going on a honeymoon. We saw a lot of honeymooners that were there. If you're going with your family, this is a very kid-friendly space. Or if you're just going with a couple of your girlfriends or guy friends, it was such a blast for any group. I can't think of a group that wouldn't think that this was so much fun. It's enough fun that there's plenty to do, but also it's not super overwhelming, and there's places that you can escape if you want a more relaxing scene. I want to go over all the activities that we took advantage of. When we were going on this trip, we thought that we were going to take one day to go hiking, like off the resort. We were going to leave, have our own little thing, and we did not leave. You should not leave. It is such a great place. We love to be outdoorsy and always going, and there is plenty to do at the resort. So I do not think that you should leave, because we didn't, and we thought it was such a blast. So I'm gonna go through a list of all of the different activities that they have that we took advantage of. The first one is the pool. So they have several pools on the resort. We went to both the kid-friendly pool, family-friendly pool type thing. So this is really lively. Each hour, I think they do like a dance and a song and all kinds of activities. It's loud, it's fun. So this would be great to go with your family, or if you're just in a fun mood and you want to be surrounded by lots of lively music. And then they also have an adult-only pool, and this had a more relaxing feel. There's a bar in that area as well. There's a great scenery. Oh, I missed the scenery. And it was such a blast, very chill. They also have like cabanas, which we got a cabana one time when we were on the trip. So the cabanas are very hard to get. So if you can snag one, definitely snag one and keep it the entire day. Next are the tennis courts. The tennis courts are clay courts, just FYI if that matters to you. You don't need to bring your own like rackets or balls. They provide that for you, and they sanitize them before and after. They also have like a ball picker-upper thing, so you don't have to be touching the balls. Just with COVID, they were very strict about that. They offer lessons as well in the morning, which we went to, and you can go to, I think, beginner or advanced, and I think we did the advanced one. And it was just a ton of fun. We played games. There were other residents that came, and the employees are just so much fun, and they love to play with you. And then also we just did, like, we ourselves just went to go play with each other. And a lot of times when we went, there were other people that were staying at the resort that also wanted to play with us. So you can kind of get a game together. The community at Club Med is so much fun, and everyone's just super nice and welcoming. They also have pickleball courts and bocce ball. If you've never heard of pickleball, I strongly encourage you to play this while you are on your trip. It's so much fun. It kind of is like a smaller tennis court. There's a couple different rules that you'll have to get used to, but again, they provide the balls and the rackets, and then they also have bocce ball, which that wasn't really a popular one, and it was always open, so we played that a lot, and it was a ton of fun. There's also a mini golf course. So the thing with the mini golf course is they do close the rental of the clubs and the balls, I think at like 7 p.m. So before you are gonna go do that, make sure you check the times of that. Everything else is pretty, like you just grab it yourself out of the bucket, but those you do rent out. So it doesn't cost money, but they give it to you, and I don't know, they don't keep it in the bucket. So you just need to make sure that you go at a time when it's open. But mini golf was so much fun, very kid-friendly, and I would definitely take advantage of that on your trip as well. They also have trapeze. This was so much fun. I did it, my boyfriend didn't do it. I think he was a little scared. It is really scary, kind of freaky. I'm a little bit scared of heights, but so much fun. Definitely do this if you go, because there's not really that many places that you can take advantage to do trapeze. The thing with this one though is that you do have to sign up for a time. I think we had to sign up a day in advance, but we had to get there at literally 8 a.m. Like, we went one day at like 9 and they were like, we're full. And I was like, I have to do trapeze while I'm on this, this vacation. So we got up early, went, signed up, and we got to do that. The thing with that is you have to wear socks and you have to wear long pants. I don't know if that was because of COVID or if it's always like that, but just make sure you have socks and long pants. There's also a soccer field and basketball courts that you can take advantage of. Again, same kind of deal. You just rent out the balls that you need and you just give them back when you're done. You don't have to pay for them, and they sanitize them before and after you use them. The activity center had a ton of fun workout things that you could do. So we went to Zumba and yoga. They did those outside because of COVID, but honestly, we loved having it outside. It was a little bit hot, but who loves sunshine when they're in Florida? Everyone. So that was really fun. And then we also did a spin class, which spin was inside in the activity center, but we did have to wear masks and we had to be social distanced. So you have to sign up for that class just to make sure that you can get your spot, because it is limited. And wearing a mask was very difficult. I think spin classes are hard enough without masks, so that was kind of an extra challenge, but it was really fun and everyone had a great attitude. They have a lot of fun family-friendly activities. So I think they do one a day, and we took advantage of some of these. Even though we don't have little kids, we still thought it was a blast to do. So one of them was bracelet making, which was really fun. It was by the pool, such good energy. And then the other one was, Just Dance on the Wii. They did that one night, which was such a blast. So we went to the bar, got some drinks, and then did Just Dance with all the kids, and it was so much fun. So if you have a family or if you don't have a family, definitely take advantage of all of those fun events. There's also a beach at Club Med. So when I first heard the word beach, I thought that it was gonna be like a literal beach, but it's really small and the vibe isn't really to like suntan near the beach. It's very lively over near the beach. So that's kind of where you go if you want to do all of their fun activities. They have kayaking, which we did, stand-up paddleboarding, which is so much fun. They also had pedal boats and the best, sailing lessons. You have to do the sailing lessons if you go. We didn't have high expectations for the sailing lessons. I was like, okay, sure, let's do it. So we did it, and they give you like a, 20-minute lesson on how to sail a boat, and then they're like, okay, have fun, and they like push you out on the boat. Like, they don't come with you. They're like, have fun, let us know if you need help. So that was kind of scary, but it was also just like so much fun. So we did that twice on our trip. And if you need help, you can like flag them down and they'll come help you. But that's another thing. If you are playing in the water, just be careful because there are boats coming in and out. They're not motor boats, so they're not going that fast. But I saw some kids that were playing and it kind of made me a little bit nervous. So just be careful with that. The food at Club Med is so good. You will not be disappointed. It is delicious. Breakfast, lunch, dinner, snacks, all of it. So delicious. I wish I could go back. If you go, you will not be food deprived. I don't think there's literally an hour in the day that you can't get food, literally. I think there might be an hour in the morning and an hour in the evening, but other than that, it is like food overload, and it's all delicious. I'm a vegetarian, and I had no issues eating enough food. Also, if you go, definitely try all of the cool breads that they make. They make their bread in-house, and it is so good. Our favorite was the white chocolate bread and the dark chocolate bread. The all-inclusive drinks were another one of my favorite parts. We tried so many different drinks. It is an all-inclusive resort, so everything is paid for at the beginning, and then it's kind of a full-service type deal. So I think they have 3 bars on the resort property. They have one at the main pool, one at the adult pool, and then one at the little tiki hut. And at night times, we would go down to the tiki hut and to the main pool and order drinks, and there's live music and that kind of thing. And another thing that I haven't really mentioned yet, but is by far what sold me on Club Med and made me so obsessed with it, is that the community at Club Med is amazing. The employees are so great. They interact with the people who are staying there, and they were like literally our friends by the end of it. So at nighttime, we would hang out with them, and something that you should keep in mind is that they are not allowed to go up to the bar and order drinks for themselves because they're not guests, and but this is during their time off. Like, they live on the campus, on the premises, so they just are having downtime and hanging out with the people who are visiting there. So they're not allowed to order drinks for themselves, but you as a guest at the resort are allowed to order drinks and give them to the employees. So that's just a nice gesture that you can do when they're hanging out with you. Now I wanted to talk about tipping. This is something that we weren't sure about. I'm still not sure the exact protocol of it, but what we did is we just tipped at the end. So on our last day, we went around to the bartenders and tipped them, and put money in our room for the people who cleaned our room, that kind of thing. But I will say that some of our favorite bartenders weren't working that day, so that probably wasn't the best plan. So I would maybe either tip as you go or tip like the last 2 days that you're there. If I had to say any cons about Club Med, which as you can see from this video, I absolutely love Club Med, and we want to go to all of the Club Meds around the world. But if I had to say a con, the rooms they didn't wow me. Like, the rooms were very just plain and not much going on, but we also didn't really spend a lot of time in our room, so that really didn't bother us. The other thing is the bed is a queen bed, but they say it's a queen bed, but it's actually just 2 twin beds that they have pushed together. And we actually called after the first night and asked if they could move us to a room that didn't have this set up, and they said that all of their rooms are 2 twin beds that are squished together. So that was kind of uncomfortable, but again, nothing too crazy. And lastly, a little tip for your last day. I think they make you check out around like 11, I want to say, and our flight wasn't until 4, so we had that whole day, but we still had to check out. But they say that you can still stay at the resort until 3. So what we did is we kept some of our shampoo and conditioner and body wash and that type of thing, and we enjoyed the day. And then right before we left, we took an outside shower with our swimsuits on at the resort. So that's a way that you could kind of get the best bang for your buck on that last day. Okay, so today's our last day, so we had to check out at 10 a.m., but we don't have to leave until 3. So we spent the day at the pool, did some sailboating and stuff. So then I wanted to feel, trapeze, yes. So I wanted to feel clean on the airplane, so we just took a shower. With soap and everything. If you have any questions about Club Med, please put those in the comments and I will try to respond to those. But basically, I loved this trip. I strongly encourage you to go. We got a discount because we went during COVID, so take advantage of discounts if you can grab those, and have a blast on your trip. I'm so excited for you.